What's up, ladies and gents? Caleb coming at you from the world unfamous Motzke Diesel. Wife's in there doing a little bit of rearranging, re-cleaning. Everything was in one place. I thought we had a system, but she's redoing the office, so I apologize for the mess. Gonna take you around here. I wanted to show you guys the 1650 project. We'll touch on that a little bit, the CUMMINS conversion, and I promised you another ECM dissection video. We're going to do that. We're going to trudge out into the old warehouse and see what we can find. So, I'm not sure where we're at on our last video. But the 1650 5.9 CUMMINS conversion is nearing completion. It runs, it drives, it just doesn't steer yet. Should we fire it off? Let's see. Some of our more observant viewers will pick up on. It does everything but actually stop. Got a rotary pump on it, the VE rotary pump. It's got a 12-volt solenoid on there. I'm pretty sure that it's just stuck. We're treating the fuel. We're going to get some dyno time on it, get it under heat cycles and some modes. And I'm thinking that's going to come out of that. If not, I'll go into the pump and dissect and digest it. We're going to travel out here through the backwoods, back to what used to be ECM Mountain. This is kind of our back treasure trove of stuff. We'll keep it family oriented. Ooh, there's the blade for the Oshkosh. That's going to be getting put back on another month or two here. 1974 Wabco grader. I bet most of our viewers have never seen one of those. Anyway, I digress. So here we got what's left of ECM Mountain. Select and Select Plus, as I promised. There's it's tagged good. You don't ever want to shred anything that's good if we can save it. Oh, I will have quite the estate sale someday. There we go. Looks like somebody already opened that one up. Beautiful Sunday night here in South Wisco. So we've pulled you out of Don't get seasick or I'm putting you up here. Ta-da! Pull Joel out of the basement, the dark, dreary basement. The video's upload. I'm not going to take them down unless they make me take them down. But you couldn't see much. So we moved to the bench toolbox. We have ourselves a Select ECM. You can tell by the top plug here. There's alignment pins here and here. If they're far apart, like here and here, try and get my hand out. That's a Select, and if they are close together, next to each other in the center, it's a Select Plus. You cannot trust the cases. All the fabric hobbling that's going on over the years, everything that's been stuffed in every other case, and we don't know what it is. Similar to our bathroom crises. I look forward to your letters. So we got... that one's not very good. Thoroughly broke to that. Which is a perfect example of my human state and what you don't want to do. Big old dock right there. Big old wing. Something about a guy from Nantucket. You will notice Torx Plus fasteners. Only to keep the super lowly motivated. Out. Not even for keeping the honest out, just lazy. Or I suppose the scared. The perfect time. Throw a legal disclaimer in there. ECMs tend to contain high voltages. Not so much in the Cummins, definitely on the Cats. A lot of times injector driver circuits operate at 90 to 100 volts. So as a rule of thumb, safety precaution, don't do this. Oh, no, you just beat it until it smits. Come on, girly. You're making me look bad in front of the whole world. Now, if this unit belonged to a loved one you cared about, you might want to be a little more careful with it. They have become extremely valuable. I think I touched on that in the last ECM video. If you want to go back and give that a watch. Oh, come on, you critter. Wow, that was one of the more persistent. That perhaps hasn't been a part in a long time. What can you see? I'm going to readjust you here. Come on, guy. Is that better? I need to get rid of this line. We need to relocate our lighting surfaces. There she is. Plain old emphasis on old tech. Motorola processor. We touched on that. And Motorola appears to be the main manufacturer of this stuff. This is where you get into the juicy bytes and bits. If you want to do EEPROM reading, things like that. But once you're in here, you can see all this stuff is clearly labeled. MTEL, Motorola. This TMS2, that's an ID, I believe, is obviously manufactured in Singapore. This is pretty interesting. That's got a manufacture date of 1986, or a copyright date of 86. Got to be a copyright date. And Select didn't come around until much later. As we dive deeper, a lot of times you can spy in here around the sides and see where the damage is when you're looking for burnt birds before you're going to send something off. But you know, what's the fun in that? We want to thoroughly attack and degrade this thing's value. Figure out what's going to make it tick. Oh, round it out. Oh, there's conformal coating, some sort of, I think it's conformal is the correct term, not sure. But I bet I could watch more videos on YouTube and find out. Let's see if we can break through that. I think we got a virgin here. This thing has never been apart. And all of y'all can join me for that. Oh, special. Should have got you one that's already been butchered. We'd be done by now. It's just a shame to cut this thing up. If you do it correctly. Yes. Dark underbelly of the electronics world. The guy's charging you thousands of dollars to do this first step and process would never want you to see. Oh. She's stuck. Oh, is she stuck? One of them infamous Cummins glue pads down in there that affixes it and suspends it from the heat sink. Usually I can pull them and get them to release. Imagine there'd be nothing more than delightful than it exploding across the shop in 1,000 pieces. Huh. We'll save that for the next step. That's literally how it's done. Delightful, isn't it?